Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Quantum Leap pre-market session for Friday, November the 25th, 2016. It is the day after Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving. We did have an abbreviated session yesterday that closed at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We will have another one today that closes, I believe it's 1:15 Eastern Time, but it is another abbreviated session. It is Black Friday. largest shopping day of the year, coming into Christmas. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. We do create multiple hypotheses, so we have a plan in place, so we know what we're going to do for whatever the market throws at us, and then we identify what that is that the market is doing on the opening swing and as we move through to the initial balance so that we can adapt to the market with the plan that fits it best. This is a subscription service, so if you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There is no website, there's no blog, this is not a commercial venture. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. I was up late last night trading. Okay, so taking a look at the news today. We did have good trade balance and preliminary wholesale inventories. Trade balance came out at minus 62 billion versus minus 59.2 billion, a little worse than expected. Wholesale inventories came out at minus 0.4 versus 0.3 as expected, so a little bit better on that. And then the only other news we've got scheduled today is Flash Services PMI at 9:45 Eastern Time AM, so 15 minutes after the RTH opens. So just be aware that there's going to be news on the open, and don't try to get into a trade too quickly. Take a look at the macro to the micro. I always like to start my day the same way. I start with a monthly chart and work my way down. We're coming up into the end of the month. We are getting this falling three pattern on here. Likely going to stay there regardless, and this is a continuation pattern, so keep that in mind. We went up in the holiday session and hit the 2207 and a quarter. Again, that will be adjusted between the holiday. I call it a holiday session. We actually hit it in the abbreviated RTH session yesterday, but it has to be tested by the real traders during the regular trading hours, the RTH session. So I expect that 2207 to be taken out. Likely to do it today on a holiday drift. We're going to get extremely late volume again today, and we're going to have a partial session. We're currently trading 2.25 points below it right now. We got slope and separation. We've got the strength of the trend to the upside still on the monthly. On the weekly, we're about to get a cross of the 9 over the 20. This is a start of an upward trend. We've gone a bit parabolic, so there'd be nothing for it to come back and test. We don't even come close to testing this until we get down into the 2155 area. So don't think we can't come back down before we get continuation. Just be aware of that. Got a little bit of a cup going on here, but we need some type of pullback. As you can see on the daily, we've just gone straight up, and very, very shallow pullbacks, and we're getting higher lows all the way up here. Price is paralleling the 9 very nicely. There's no real technical gap here to speak of, but a move back to the 9 EMA will take us back into the 2190 and a quarter area. Great slope and separation. We do have this naked cross that you want to pay attention to. Not likely to get hit anytime soon, but there is a naked cross on the daily from the election day that we crossed and left us naked here down at the 21-24.50 area. Going to the intraday, you can see that the intraday is a much more controlled stair step up, where we're just trending up, but we're starting to lose separation, and we're starting to go a little bit more sideways, and we're sitting right on top of the 9 EMA right now. It's sitting at 22.03. 22.03 is the low of the abbreviated session yesterday. So if we break that, we could come down. The low of the Wednesday trading is down at 21.92, and I wouldn't be surprised if we went down there, but I don't think it's going to be today. I think we're going to hold the 2200s today and continue to drift up. But the trend is definitely up on the 4-hour. On the 1 hour, we did pull back in the Globex session after putting in the 22.07 and a quarter, and we're now back above the 9 and the 20, and we're starting to get possible continuation pattern. We've got slope, but we do not have any separation, so it's kind of tight right there. Going to the 30-minute, you can see we are starting to get slope and separation, and looking for continuation. A move down to the test of 20 would be down at the 22.04 and a quarter, not too far where we're trading from right now. Going to the 15-minute, you see that we're starting to get slope and separation here, and continuation of the trend up. And then on the 5-minute, they looked like they were going to roll over, and then we've just taken it all back right now, and we're above the 9 and the 20, but we are seeing some weakness coming in. A lot of backfilling going on. You can see with all these wicks right here, this is a lot of backfilling. So they're buying every time they dip. The buyers are stepping in and buying this up. So going and taking a look at the structure of the market, we're in new territory. We've broken out. Come on. We've broken out of this this value area, and we accepted prices just before the breakout. We accepted price here at the 21.59. Broke out, got out of the value area high of the microcomposite, accepted value at the 21.72.75 area. Then we broke out of that area, accepted price higher at 21.80 and a quarter. Then we had our gap and go day, and then we came up, created a 2-day balance around here at the 21.99.50 as they fought the 2200 centennial number, and then we had that measured move at 22.05 and a quarter, right where we're trading right now. That was that zipper measured move that we put in on Wednesday, and we went and hit that on Thursday, and now we're putting a new all-time high at 22.07 in the RTH, and a new all-time high in the Globex at 22.07. Is it 07.50? Sorry, I forgot to write it down. I think it's 07.50, right? 07 and a quarter. So we actually have a 1-tick break of the all-time high at the 22.07. Now, technically, and I want to clarify this. This day doesn't technically exist. This is the abbreviated session. We're actually in the Globex still from the close of Thursday or Wednesday. So when Wednesday closed, everything since has been in the Globex. This day doesn't exist. A lot of people will scrub their data and take this day out and only be looking at this day. I'm a little bit different. I like to know, how everything looks. So I don't scrub my data here, but a lot of traders that use volume profile, you'll find have closed this or scrubbed this, and this won't be here. So we're actually gapping up. I mean, this is important to understand, because we are going, if we stay above the high at 22.02 and a quarter. We're technically gapping up on the Friday after the holiday, and that creates possibilities in terms of, do we get a gap and go day? Are we going to come back and close the gap? But when we open up on my page, we're going to be opening up inside of the holiday session, and I follow that. But basically, the key level to keep an eye on is the 22.03. Below that, look for them to come down to the to the high of the, I'm sorry, the low of the, not the low, the value area high of the Wednesday session at the 2200. So back to the centennial number, and most likely back down into the 2-day microcomposite VPOC at 99.50 if they don't hold. If they don't hold the 2200, then I'm looking for a move back down into the 95s and possibly even come down and challenge this double bottom down here in the 91.75, 92 area and the CLVN. Anything below that, I think we get a bigger pullback and come back down into the 2180s and test, test the breakout acceptance down here at the 2180. So let's just get rid of this. Oh, come on. Take a look at the overnight Globex session again. This is really going to show everything from the holiday on. And, we've got this F-shaped profile with the LVN here at 21.05 and a quarter. So this is going to be our overnight high up here at the, sorry, got the wrong chart up. There we go. This is going to be the overnight high at 22.07 and a quarter. Our Globex low is 22.0250. Our VPOC is not likely to change. 22.05 and a quarter. Man, that was a beautiful measured move. It's one tick above the holiday Globex and the holiday midpoint. Just above it, we've got this 22.0550. That is going to be a trade level for me. Above that, I'm targeting the 0650 and the 07 and a quarter, and I'm expecting holiday drift up from there. And then there's really not much other information that we can get off of this Globex. There is a little LVN here at 22.0450. That coincides with the holiday Globex. So this is what is going to happen here. I have a no trade zone, which basically is going to encompass the value area low from the holiday session and the LVN. Above that, then I'm looking for them to move up and test this holiday pause. It's not a close, it's a pause at 06 and 0650. I'm targeting 0650 above it, with continuation up through to take out this all-time high at 22.07 and do the equalization of the high. Because technically, right now, if I scrub my data, our all-time high in the RTH session right now is 22.0275. Because this day really doesn't exist in the RTH frame of mind for regular volume traders. So we have an unequalized high, and we have that RTH high at the 22, what was it, 22, 2,275. So we have to mark that in our chart. And that's down near the overnight low. This is the RTH all-time high. Now, obviously, as soon as we open up, we're going to take this out and put in a new RTH all-time high. Get the gap day on the open. So that's all the information we've got here. We're going to be trading very light volume. So I think we're not going to get a lot of range today. So I'm expecting to come back here and basically fill in this area here. And I would expect that we would, if we hold the 22.0250 or even the 22.02 and a quarter, I expect that we're going to get the holiday drift up into the 22.07 and a quarter. So my main hypothesis is an open auction out of range. It is out of range technically, even though it's going to be in the range of the holiday session. But we're going to get an open auction out of range. I'm looking for either an open drive or an open test drive. Open test drive will be a move down to test this level and then find the buyers to come in and rotate up and drift up through and head towards that 22.09 and 22.10 area and complete the rule of 10 as a gap and go day. My secondary hypothesis is an open auction and just chop and a move down into the testing the 2200 and coming down and closing the naked close and the naked VPOC down here and test back into the 21.9950 and then sort of drift down and sell off towards this 21.97 and a quarter area, maybe even the 95. Our daily ATR, okay, and we have to take it from here. Let me bring this in. We have to take it from here. So we have to look at the daily ATR of 26.17 off of the 21.92. I know it's strange how this all fits together, but that gives us a daily upside ATR target of 22.18 and a quarter. And then off of the Globex high, which will be the all-time high that was put in at 22.07 and a quarter, our daily downside ATR target is all the way down at 21.81. Okay, and then our weekly ATR is running at 44.35. So going off of the week high and low, our week low is all the way down at, our week low is 21.7850. The weekly 20-period ATR is 44.35. So our upside weekly ATR target is up at 22.85, 22.75. And off of the weekly high of 22.07 and a quarter minus the 44.35, that takes us down to 21.62. I'm not even going to mark it down there because not likely going to get down there, but it takes us all the way down here into the 22. I got it, so I'll just move it up. It was 62, 63. But that very, very unlikely that this is going to happen today. We're not going to have enough volume, and certainly not going to have that big of a range on a holiday Friday. Usually on the holiday Friday, kicking into the holiday drift and happiness after Thanksgiving. I doubt we get any major sell-off. Again, my lowest possibility in my mind is down here at the 2195 area. Did we do the daily downside ATR target? Yes, down at 81. So we got range to get down to 81, but I'm not expecting to get there. If anything, we'll hold this 95. So that's going to complete the pre-market session. There is a possibility that we do get an open drive. So the third option is a gap and go and an open drive. We have to be careful of that, and just a rip up and no looking back and going up and hitting this 22.18 and a quarter or the 22.75. So that is the pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.